Chesslers are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesslers Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We have open conversation for 2 hours today. Looking forward to talking with you. Give me a call, 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind brought to you by AR Roofing and Remodeling, Bright Stripes Seal Coating and Line Striping, Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services. K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Hicks & Baugh's Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. All righty, let's see here. Well, how do we want to start? Well, the blockade is in force. President Trump has blockaded all ports, Iranian ports, preventing ships from leaving the Gulf or entering if they are coming to or from an Iranian port. He has also sent a letter to the president of China, Xi Jinping, saying, I urge you not to sell any arms to Iran. He claims he got a letter back from him saying, yeah, we're not doing that. So I think, the president says, well, China, they're struggling, and he knows we're trying to help them here with this blockade. So plus, I think the 50% tariff threat had something to do with that as well. Let's see here. Down in the Commonwealth of Virginia, the legislature and the governor is considering House Bill 217 and Senate Bill 749. They're each House's version of the same bill. That would ban any firearm that can accept a magazine of more than 15 rounds. So here again, as an infringement on the Second Amendment, the Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Justice, has already sent a letter to the Commonwealth for Virginia saying, if this succeeds, we're going to sue you. Please reconsider. So, a lot of people think that, okay, this is designed for, so-called AR guns. Well, you know what? There's a number of handguns that have a 17-round magazine. So it would essentially, they're trying to ban guns again. So we'll see what happens on that. I'm sure Virginia's going to move forward and pass the legislation, and the governor will sign it. And if that's the case, it will end up in court before the Supreme Court again. The town of South Hadley, Massachusetts, they had an election yesterday. Part of it was a couple referendums that would allow the city to raise money, which would have required a 50% increase in property taxes. Well, the two referendums were voted down. One, 58.2% of the population of the voters said no. 64.8% voted no on the other one. So where did they think this was going to go? You know? Yeah, sure. I'd love to have my property taxes increased by 50%. You know, increasing your taxes by a couple $1,000s a year on that. But where this is leading to, you know, the city fathers of South Hadley, they said they need this tax increase to pay for health insurance for the city employees, to fund the police department, to keep the senior center open full time, to keep hours at the library going. So is this something, is this just the beginning? You know, we hear our county commissioners talk about rising costs, and that's why they gotta, you know, raise our taxes. We never hear about cutting costs. It's always raising costs, rising costs. But I come back, are we going to start hearing more and more of this coming down the pike of 50% property tax increases to fund government? And healthcare is a big portion of that. You know, a number of years ago, the county put in an option for health savings accounts for county employees. And the participation has grown through the years to the point where, yes, healthcare costs are still continuing to climb, but they are far below the average increase from around the state. Are politicians too set in their ways to look for alternatives? How can we do the same? How can we have the same results by doing something different? What can we do different but yet not really affect the outcome? Is basically what they need to do. And it's not just our county commissioners, it's politicians across the country. How can we continue to provide X without overly increasing the cost of providing X? So that's a question that really needs to be explored more. And is what took place in South Hadley, Massachusetts, is this just a warning shot that we need to be prepared? We need to be looking for alternatives now and additional ways for government to cut expenses. There are 7 states. I can't name them all. I know Florida's one. Both Dakotas are another. That have pending legislations to eliminate property tax altogether in those states. It's being replaced by changes in sales tax. And you might say, well, Russ, that's just transferring the tax from one to another. Here's the difference. Okay? With property taxes, you have no say. Once it's passed, you, according to the law, you owe that money. And if you don't pay that money, well, your property can be confiscated. With the sales tax, you have the ability to say, you know what? I don't need to buy this. Let me find something cheaper. Let me find something else instead. So you have that ability to control how you spend your money with a sales tax. With a property tax, you don't. So there's the difference. I know it comes up periodically in Pennsylvania of getting rid of this property tax. Never seems to quite make it over the hurdle. I hope someday it does. Let's see here. What else? Okay, so a couple months ago, Vice President Vance was named by the president to head up an anti-fraud task force looking for fraud in government programs, government grants. Minnesota was kind of the leaping point. We're over 200 million in fraud has been uncovered. They're now looking at California. And the task force is, well, they have suspended government grants to 447 hospices in California. It represents over $600 million in suspected fraud cases in the state of California. Now, California Attorney General Bonta says, you know what? The Trump administration's late to the game. We've been prosecuting fraud since 1979 in the state of California. Well, apparently not too good. If this federal task force, anti-fraud task force, they're only a couple months old and they've already uncovered $600 million. Apparently California's just not doing a good job of it. Let's see, finally, so today, April 15th, tax day. Your taxes are due today. They must be, if you're mailing them in, they must be stamped. Your postage canceled at the post office with today's date on it. That tells the IRS that, yeah, you got your taxes in on time. You can still file electronically, although one thing with that, the system might get so overwhelmed that you might have trouble getting things done electronically in time. So just beware about that. Anyway, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was touting this year's taxes because of the one big beautiful bill that was passed last year. He says more than 53 million filers have used at least one tax break from the big beautiful bill. He says the average refund has climbed 11% up to $3,400. That's the average refund now. But 25 million claimed a deduction for overtime pay. 6 million have taken a tax break on tips. 30 million seniors have taken advantage of enhanced deductions. 34 million families, their taxes, they claimed expanded child tax credit. And 105 million used the expanded standard deduction. And then another 1 million have deducted interest on car loans for new American-made vehicles. And then 5 million have signed up for the Trump accounts for children 18 and under. So those are some of the things on my list today. If there's others on yours, give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Penguin season is all over. Playoffs are scheduled to begin, I think, Saturday? I'm not sure about that. But who the Penguins are playing, don't know yet. That schedule's not quite out yet. So, and I may be wrong as to when the playoffs start. Either way, no schedule is out yet. So, there you go. Give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Pirates lost last night. They play again tonight, take on the Nationals. So the rubber game in the best of three series. They've split the first two games. So we'll see who takes the series tonight. Pre-game 6:15, first pitch at 6:40. You can hear the game here on WMBS later today. Let's get our first call in before the first break of the hour, shall we? Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Russ, this is cool.
Yeah, cool.
You know, I'm one of the people, I listen to the radio station most of the day, most of the afternoon.
Thank you.
But in the morning, it's always the same news on the half hour and the full hour. They should have a different cover in the half hour. So the people listen, because I'm tired of hearing the same news 20 times.
Well, so, you know, we subscribe to CBS News outlets right now. Of course, that's coming to an end here shortly. So we get the news from them.
I'm talking about local news, just the local news.
Well, as news changes throughout the day, we do add it. But unless there's no new news.
Well, I don't know, there's other times things happen around here. I didn't hear nothing about it on the news.
Yeah, well, sometimes we don't hear it either.
Uh-huh.
So,
okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So we report what we get there, Cole.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Alrighty, with that, we're going to take a quick little break. Both lines are open, so give me a buzz, 724-438-4593.
Take the fact book.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? FACT, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation, can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. FACT, your community, your connection.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Warm weather means you'll be spending more time outside. So enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturer and customers guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
The heat is on at Live Casino. Think you can take it? Then catch the $18,888 Baccarat Fire Drawings. Play Baccarat daily to earn entries. Every Monday in April, we'll draw 18 winners to score a share of $18,888 in prizes. But that's not all. Every winner will be entered into our exclusive Lucky Fire cash drawing on Monday, April 27th. Take a seat. Feel the heat at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Bortz Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation. Give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. 724-438-4593. It is an absolutely fantastic day out there. 79 degrees is what the WMBS Weather Center is reporting. So I'd say spring has finally sprung, huh? I think our cold weather's all behind. I know I've said this before, but I'm pretty safe in, saying, yeah, it's definitely here now. Cold weather's behind us. I mean, yeah, okay, we can worry about cold weather again, not until, October. But we got all these nice months ahead of us. So, but it is a glorious day. If you get a chance, get on outside. Take advantage of the nice day and some fresh air and take a walk, whatever. Enjoy. All right. What else you want to chat about today? Huh? I had a guest on yesterday. We talked about the power line expansion that possibly can come through Fayette County. Really didn't hear anything from it in the second hour. So your thoughts on all of this? Is it a hey, it doesn't affect me type of thing? Let them fight their own battles. It doesn't affect me. Or does it affect everybody on here? I think in some form, it does affect everybody. I think one of the biggest complaints that we heard from Susan Zahowski yesterday was the lack of transparency. That her group, her organization is getting from the business, the company, New Era, and also from local politicians. The lack of notification that's taking place with property owners along proposed routes, and that, if you're not on the primary route, you don't have to be notified. Even if the primary route is decided not to be good and they go to an alternate route that you may be on, well, you don't have to be notified on that. And your property taxes being affected by lines above your house or nearby. So, one of the lessons from all of this, I guess if it could happen to your neighbor, it can happen to you as well. I don't think anybody would like to see their property value lessened. And if you decide to sell, want to move at some point in time, whatever, well, not getting as much for your property if you're even able to sell it because of what is over your head or nearby. And the control that somebody else has over your property. So, so to me, I was originally like, hey, it's going to help take power and power this country. Well, you know what? I was part of that, and of course the power lines aren't going over my house, so maybe that figured into it too. But you know what? I'm coming around. No, it's one thing if it was going to benefit Pennsylvanians. It does not, this proposed power line, the Mid-Atlantic regional line. It's not going to benefit. It's going to Virginia. It's going to Maryland. It's going to New Jersey, the power. It's not going to help us. And yet, somehow, we get stuck with the cost of building this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Is that a Shapiro invention, that what you just told us about?
No, this is, it's New Era. Apparently they are a Florida, and is this Regina? Yeah. No, this New Era, I believe, is a Florida company. This might go back to Presidents Biden and Obama, according to the guest yesterday, when they were putting together legislation or incentives for information centers, AI, to be built in Virginia. Well, Virginia doesn't have the infrastructure to power them. And so this particular power plant that is being built or will be built that will produce the energy to go over these lines, it's going to be in Greene County, but for the purpose of supplying Virginia.
Yeah. Is that connected to the coal expansion at all, like what Trump's trying to do to get...
No, this is a separate thing altogether.
Right.
Right now.
Great.
Yeah, separate altogether from what I understand. Now, this is not to be confused with the power plant.
No, I know who you are. Praise God. Yeah,
okay.
Good
all
job.
Right. All right,
hey,
we're going to
go.
All right, both lines are now open, 724-438-4593. So this power plant down in Greene is not to be confused with the power plant, excuse me, that New Era is also going to run, that the White House announced last month. We don't know where that plant's going to be built, just somewhere in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's going to be a gas-generated power plant. So different from this one that we're currently talking about. So deadlines are coming up. I think it's the 22nd, she said, at the Haydentown Social Club or Fire Department. You can stop by to get petitions to sign, and they'll mail them back because there is a time frame coming here where the PUC will be making a decision on and hearing arguments on all of this. So if you're interested, there you go. That's a possibility. But your thoughts, I want to hear what you have to say about this. The towers, 150 to 200 feet tall. Part of that is because going through mountainous areas and for the increased voltage that goes through these lines. But, taller than what you already see going across the mountain there. You go across, 857, where the tree farm is. Those lines. Going to be taller than those towers. So, yeah. And again, I'm going to come back to my biggest problem is the lack of transparency. The lack of comments and explanations from elected leaders who have apparently maybe signed, I don't know for sure, non-disclosure agreements, which would lead me to believe, if that's the case, it leads me to believe that they've had discussions with the company that is proposing this project, and they have some information that they're just not willing, that they don't, they'll tell the politicians, providing they sign an NDA, well, this is what's really going on, but you can't tell anybody, here, sign this piece of paper. I got a problem with that. Our politicians don't work for those companies, they work for you and me. They're supposed to be our voices, aren't they? So I really have a problem if that's the case when it comes to NDAs. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I'm with you on the transparency.
Yeah.
On it, but as far as the work goes, you know, in construction myself, it is going to bring stuff to southwestern PA. It's bringing jobs in with the building and the other, and the towers are the same size as the towers we're running now. They're about the same size. You're looking at 100, 150-foot towers out there now. So there is jobs coming in instead of retail like we've been relying on in Fayette County and Greene for the past 20, 30 years. So that's just my thoughts on the line. I agree with you on the transparency. But
and I'm sorry, what was your name, sir?
My name is Pete.
Hey, Pete. Pete, I agree with you with the jobs. I do. I love having jobs coming into the area. But at what cost to everybody else here? You know, if it looks like from what I have read, Pennsylvanians are potentially going to cover 50% of the cost of this construction, which you're going to see in increased electric bills. And we don't see any benefit from it?
There shouldn't be anything coming back in on the cost of the project. The cost of the project is going to be spread out through the company, through where it's running. It's going to be off. They're making that back off of what they generate.
But
they're going
to get their 50% back, but we're not.
We're going to get our 50% back with the taxes on the people that are coming in with the labor as you're building it, as well as the taxes that you're coming on later. And you know, what's frustrated me since moving back to Fayette County about 20 years ago is we're looking at business parks that are sitting empty, and we keep going retail, which is non-sustainable. But yet we're not giving tax breaks to people coming in to make it come in. You give them a tax break for 5-6 years, or you eat some of this cost, and you make that up more very easily. You make it up more than you would with your tax base afterwards, and with the jobs and everything coming in. Now, I agree with you on the transparency, and that's been a problem here for years, that we don't have politicians being transparent about it, but
we don't have the company being transparent on it either.
100%. I agree with you 100% on that, but I'm just trying to get back. It's been something that's frustrated me. You know, we're looking at it at such a small mindset sometimes that, you know, well, it's not helping us now. And let's face it, the Fayette County thing, that's been it. It's what's helping me, and they're not looking at that it does help you. It does help you with the spreading out the taxes and additional tax base and additional revenue coming in that way.
So, you know, here's part of the transparency then, or lack thereof. Tell us if we are going to assume half the cost of this construction, then come back and tell me the benefits of us doing that. You know, that we're not hearing. That's
100%.
So as a result, unless I'm fully informed, I'm going to be against it. I mean, I understand. I understand. Hey, construction jobs, the whole bit. That's great because it does bring money into the county. It brings money into the area. But if they're not going to tell me what my benefit is out of it, it tells me I have no benefit out of it, and therefore I'm against it.
And that's where I'm with you on the transparency for the politicians, because that is not, and I believe, like you said, transparency from the company itself, that it's our politicians' job to do their homework and say, which is probably it, and they've probably already done it. But they've got to come out and put this out that, hey, it's not just the jobs building, not just the jobs in the power plant itself, but the satellite businesses are going to be supporting. And yeah, you're right. They have to come out. They have to do their homework more. And I guess that's where my frustration is. Like I said, I've moved back from a bigger city and because I love the area and would love to see this area do good.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have this small mind focus of retail. It's just non-sustainable. And
I hear you.
You run into the problems we have in the county. You know?
But, you know, I kind of brought this up yesterday too, Pete. So why are we not hearing from our county commissioners more? And here's the reason being. We were told yesterday from the conversation that properties affected by these transmission lines, their value will drop. So the commissioners have property taxes. They charge you and I for owning property. If the value of my property goes down, shouldn't I have to pay less taxes now? Which then affects the operations of the county. So, you know, again, how do the construction of these transmission lines benefit the county long term?
Now, usually, whenever they're coming in with that being bought, with that right of way being bought in, you got an initial tax base. The payment on that, and in the business that I'm in, I see that the payments being made for a right of way are outrageously high. So you've got an initial tax base, and your drop on your property value isn't, you know, you've got a lot of scare tactics coming in. You know, you got a lot of, just environmentally it does this, and it drops this, and it drops that. And that is just not the case with the rules that company has to follow, as well as any transmission line, whether it be electric, oil and gas, whatever it may be. The environmental standards on it, you're not seeing the drop in the value that is being thrown out there.
Okay. All right, Pete. Excuse me. Well, hey, I loved your conversation. Thanks for calling in, but I got to go and take a break.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks for your call, Pete. Bye-bye. Hey, we do have to take a quick little break. When we come back, both lines are open, so give me a buzz, 724-438-4593.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Pirates fans, the Tampa Bay Rays are in town to take on the Bucks on Saturday, April 18th at 4:05 p.m. for the first bobblehead night of the season. And this one is extra special because it features Paul Skeens with his National League Cy Young Award. All fans take home a one-of-a-kind collectible bobblehead featuring the Pirates ace, Paul Skeens, all thanks to PNC. Get your tickets and check out all of our giveaways this season at pirates.com/promotions.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
April savings are in full bloom at Economy Furnace Company, bringing unbeatable deals on comfort and efficiency. For a limited time, enjoy $500 off a new air conditioning installation or save $1,000 on a complete heating and cooling system upgrade. Keep existing equipment running strong with a discounted $99 tune-up designed to boost performance and extend system life before the summer heat arrives. Economy Furnace Company proudly partners with Amana, a trusted name in American-made HVAC systems known for reliability, innovation, and long-lasting quality. Whether upgrading or maintaining current equipment, these April offers make it more affordable to stay comfortable all year long. Backed by expert installation, trusted service, and exceptional value, Economy Furnace Company is committed to keeping homes cool, efficient, and worry-free. Don't miss these limited-time savings. Call Economy Furnace Company at 724-438-4575. Comfort and quality have never been a better deal.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
It's spring, and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We've got about 4 minutes left here in hour one. Plenty of time for you to give me a buzz, have a conversation. 724-438-4593. So, explain to me, both the company and the politicians, what is the long-term benefits? How does this benefit me as a consumer, as a taxpayer of Fayette County? That's what I want to know. How's it benefit me? I haven't heard that. I've heard that Virginia will benefit. I haven't heard how I'll benefit. And if anything, right now I'm hearing that it will hurt me, it will hurt you. If property values are devalued because of the transmission lines that are over or in proximity to your property, shouldn't those property owners have to pay less in property taxes? So that affects me. That affects you. Because that lost revenue for the county needs to be made up now, right? If you and I will be covering 50% of the cost for this construction through increased energy bills, that affects my pocketbook, it affects your pocketbook, and we get nothing in return. A lot of questions. And apparently we don't have much time to get answers on all of this. So I guess I'd like to hear more from our politicians on this. What is the whole process? We heard yesterday that a majority of the PUC board members who will vote on this are against the project. Okay, well, if the majorities, do we still have to worry about it? If they're against it, what would cause them to vote to okay? So what is the entire problem? Yes, okay. PUC will hear arguments from both sides. Well, we want to build this because blah, 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 blah. And you're going to hear arguments against, say, no, this is bad for the area because blah, 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 blah. And then they'll go back and they'll have their discussions and come to a decision. I think it's within 60 days. They'll make their decision. So tell us a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more, don't you think? So, all righty. So we are running out of time this hour. We still got a little bit of time. Want to remind you, though, it is April 15th. Taxes got to go in today. Whether you need an extension or not, you still have to get that filed today. At the top of the hour, I had repeated some claims by the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent about some returns that have come in this year and who's taking advantage and gaining from that. So what has been your, how have your taxes been affected by the One Big Beautiful Bill? So I'm curious, you don't have to tell your name on this one, but has it worked out in your favor? So give me a call on next hour on that. Hey, CBS News is next. News from around the world, around the country. Then TJ's in here with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS Uniontown, 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump says the war with Iran will be over very soon. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The president says of the war, quote, "I think it's close to over," unquote. In an interview on Fox Business, Trump also said in his words, "I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild their country, and we're not finished. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal very badly," unquote. The president also said China's President Xi will not be sending weapons to Iran, saying he wrote him a letter asking him not to do that, and Xi wrote back saying he's not doing that. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Aid groups are raising alarms over how the war with Iran is affecting other humanitarian crises around the world. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Sudan is dealing with its third year of civil war, and Bob Kitchen at the International Rescue Committee says
34 million people in Sudan, that's nearly 2/3 of the population, are in urgent need of humanitarian aid.
He says the battle over the Strait of Hormuz is blocking desperately needed medicine from getting out of Dubai.
It's become worse because of this war.
Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Hail as big as 4 inches in diameter hit Sun Prairie, Wisconsin yesterday near Madison, where this woman lives.
It was incredibly loud. It was just banging. And we've heard hail before and it just kind of pops, but this was banging. This was like somebody throwing rocks at the house.
It was part of a massive storm system from the Midwest down to Texas, and the threat remains today. A key surveillance authority, the spy tool known as Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, faces major obstacles in the House. CBS's Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill.
That legislation is due to expire next week, and a lot of security experts have warned that a lapse could be very troubling and harmful, particularly as we still remain engaged in this war in Iran. So that is why the CIA director was up here on Capitol Hill trying to get Republicans to rally around a clean extension of this legislation, at least for a year.
Opponents from both parties worry that Section 702 allows feds to look at Americans' communications without a search warrant. It's tax day, and if you're not able to finish on time, you can file for an extension. However, CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger warns,
when you get an extension, that is a 6-month extra period of time so that you can prepare your returns. But under the IRS rules, you still have to make sure you've paid what you think you owe. Otherwise, you could be subject to penalties, and who wants that?
Stocks are mixed on Wall Street. The Dow is down 117 points, NASDAQ up 249. This is CBS News.
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
It's gorgeous outside, which means it's time to get to Bittersweet Cafe of Farmington.
From their incredible daily lunch specials featuring farm-to-table fresh ingredients to their refreshing drinks, frozen treats, smoothies, and iced tea, Bittersweet Cafe has something for everyone. Enjoy this beautiful spot nestled in the Laurel Highland Mountains, just a few miles outside of Ohiopyle on Farmington, Ohiopyle Road. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
The heat is on at Live Casino. Think you can take it? Then catch the $18,888 Baccarat Fire Drawings. Play Baccarat daily to earn entries. Every Monday in April, we'll draw 18 winners to score a share of $18,888 in prizes. But that's not all. Every winner will be entered into our exclusive Lucky Fire cash drawing on Monday, April 27th. Take a seat. Feel the heat at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Germans are using a new search engine to discover if their ancestors colluded with Adolf Hitler before and during World War II.
Defendant Rudolf Hess.
22 Nazi leaders were tried at Nuremberg for World War II atrocities, but some 10 million Germans joined the Nazi Party. Now, an online tool allows Germans to search through several million Nazi Party membership cards to find out if their forebears were among them. Creator Die Zeit newspaper says it's already been accessed millions of times, an overwhelming response. It says, and thousands of Germans have had to abandon the myth that their family wasn't involved. One man posting, "To have my perspective changed at the age of 71 is a bitter shock." Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
The BBC plans to cut up to 2,000 jobs to save 10% of its annual budget. The layoffs mark the biggest cuts at the BBC in more than a decade and are said to be driven by inflation and economic pressures. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It's 2:05. It's sunny and 81 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. Sports and weather will follow the news. A $5,000 reward is being offered for information that helps solve a 1974 homicide case in Fayette County. On May 2nd of 1974, state police said 14-year-old John Watson left his Dunbar Township home and biked to a motel to buy cigarettes for his mother but never returned. The next morning, his body was found on a neighbor's property with a bullet in the back of his head. Anyone with information is asked to call state police in Uniontown at 724-439-7111 or PSP Tips toll free at 1-800-472-8477. City of Washington police are asking for the public's help as they continue searching for two juveniles believed to be in danger. 15-year-olds Stephanie Frazier and Martell Jones were last seen on April the 12th and are believed to be together. Frazier is a black woman with brown eyes and brown hair, possibly with blue highlights. She is 5'4" and weighs 130 pounds and was last seen wearing black clothing. Jones is a black man with brown eyes and brown hair. He is 5'8" and weighs around 145 pounds. Anyone with information should call City of Washington Police. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday is warning sports fans to watch for scams as they buy tickets and merchandise tied to the NBA and NHL playoffs. The alert comes as the Penguins and Flyers prepare to meet in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Philadelphia 76ers open their NBA play-in tournament this weekend. Sunday said scammers often take advantage of high-demand events by selling fake tickets or unlicensed merchandise. He urged fans to slow down before making purchases. Sellers who request payment through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency are considered red flags when making online purchases. Credit cards should be used when finalizing these transactions as they offer better fraud protection. American farmers say the war in Iran has made fertilizer too expensive for them this season. Here's Rory O'Neill with more.
A new survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation finds 70% of farmers say that fertilizer has become too expensive. There are differences by region, with 80% of southern farmers saying they can't afford it, compared to just under 50% in the Midwest. Since the start of the increased tensions in the Middle East, fertilizer prices are up 30% and more. I'm Rory O'Neill.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather coming up next.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, the Pirates game 3 with the Washington Nationals tonight at PNC Park. Mason Montgomery will start for the Pirates, who are 10-7 on the season. We'll have all the action on WMBS. Pregame is at 6:15 with the first pitch at 6:40. Penguins, they are getting set to take on the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The dates and times have yet to be released. And the NFL draft 1 week away from tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Steelers are going to have the first round, or the 21st pick in round 1, and the draft will run the 23rd through the 25th as final preparations getting underway down in Pittsburgh. Sunny, 84 for this afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy tonight, 66. Cloudy tomorrow, we'll see some showers in the afternoon, 83, and partly cloudy and 77 on Friday. Right now it's sunny and 81 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. 2:10 is our time on this Wednesday. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on WMBS.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
In a busy household, everybody's online at once. Kids streaming, someone working from home, the whole house going full speed. Armstrong Fiber keeps up. Multiple users, multiple screens, zero slowdowns. This isn't a network built somewhere else and handed off. We engineer it, we install it, and we maintain it right here in our community. Because you're not a ticket number to us. You're a neighbor. Proudly local, fiber-powered. Armstrong, keeping you connected. Visit armstrongfiber.com.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at garysautosales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility, combined with our personalized approach, is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Hopefully, your spring cleaning has started, and maybe you've put a fresh coat of paint on the walls or new carpeting on the floors in your living room or family room. Now, take a look at the upholstery pieces in the room. Are they showing signs of wear, or do they simply need replaced from years of use? If they do, you are in luck, as Chesler's Fine Furniture is having a store-wide upholstery sale. Choose from stationary or reclining pieces from Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. Select from more than 100 suits in stock, or you can special order the style and fabric of your choice. The possibilities are endless with more than 1,000 fabrics to pick from. Pieces start at just $4.99 for a sofa, and all stock suits at Chesler's are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation today. 724-438-4593. Both lines are currently open, so give me a call, no waiting. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks & Baugh's Drug Store, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services, Bright Stripes Seal Coating and Line Striping, and AR Roofing and Remodeling. All right, just to kind of recap my talking points. Again, my talking points. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. Virginia is, in my opinion, trying to bypass the Second Amendment. They are contemplating legislation that would ban any firearm that can accept a magazine of more than 15 rounds. So the U.S. Department of Justice has already sent a letter to the Commonwealth of Virginia saying, yeah, don't do this because we'll sue you. It's unconstitutional. So we'll see what happens. As the blockage of Iranian business continues. In other words, the blockade of Iranian ports around the Strait of Hormuz and the Arabian Sea, which appears to be working. We'll see. But anyway, President Trump said he had sent a letter to Chinese President Xi Jinping saying, hey, please don't sell any weapons to Iran. At which point, Xi Jinping responded and said, yeah, we're not doing that. So, we'll see. We'll see. South Hadley, Massachusetts residents voted against 2 questions yesterday that could have raised their property taxes 50%. In one question, they voted 58.2% against and 64.8% against on the other question. City leaders said they need for these to pass because they need to pay for health care insurance for their employees. They need to keep the streets department open and the police department, the library, the senior center. So my question is this a harbinger of things to come across the country where government finds it harder and harder and harder to continue funding those programs, those employees that they currently have going? In other words, to fund the police department, to fund the road department, to fund a library to keep it open, senior centers, health care, the rising costs of health care. And do we need to look at a whole different way of funding government for communities? Vice President Vance, a couple months back, was named to head up an anti-fraud task force. Well, that task force has closed 447 hospices in L.A. and suspended payment to them over suspected $600 million in fraud from these various places. California Attorney General Bonta says, you know what, President Trump's behind the ball again because, you know, we here in California, we've been prosecuting fraud cases since 1979. Well, apparently not good enough. The Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, was promoting the One Big Beautiful Bill and the numbers that go along with the new tax code. The average tax refund is up 11% from last year to $3,400, with millions of people taking advantage of the overtime deduction for overtime pay, for seniors taking advantage of enhanced deductions, expanded child tax credits, standard deduction, interest on new cars. So your thoughts on all that. Have you benefited from any of these new changes to the tax bill? So give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. We were also talking about the the possible construction of new high-powered tension lines traveling across the county, and your thoughts on all of that.
Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Well, I think I got this standoff at the Straits of Hormuz figured out.
Okay.
Right? Yes, President Trump is going to rename them the Straits of Trump.
Okay.
And Iran won't want them anymore.
And what?
Iran won't want them anymore.
There you go. Okay.
Once they're renamed the Straits of Trump,
yeah,
Iran won't want them, and they'll just back off, and that'll be the end of it. It'll all be solved. Yeah.
All righty. Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Yep. That works. Mm-hmm.
No, I really enjoyed the lady yesterday, Susan. What was her last name?
Zahowski.
Zahowski.
Yeah.
The one thing that can stop something like that that's being rushed, down the public's throat is a housewife campaign. I very much appreciate, too, Pete's comments. The fellow who said that he'd lived outside the county and moved back because he loved the county, but we're habituated to retail.
Yeah.
And of course, the reason is that we're also habituated to welfare, welfare, welfare.
There's that too.
And, that's the only business you have when, you have a welfare-driven economy. You just have people shopping. So we do need to make things here again. At one time, Pennsylvania did, and we taxed business out of here, and that is why Virginia is so attractive to AI. Over Christmas, I sat down with a couple of friends, high school friends, and a man and a woman who lived out in eastern Maryland, near the Aldersburg, Sykesville, Ellicott City area, eastern Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what they were talking about?
AI centers.
In Virginia, that was using power in Maryland and running lines across Maryland for the AI centers. And guess why they were upset?
Because it didn't benefit them.
Their electric bills took a nice big jump.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Guess who's paying for this stuff?
Yeah.
It's the consumer.
The consumer.
And, while it does make jobs in the short run, and Peter's right about that, in the short run, you will have jobs, but you decimate beautiful farmland. One thing Susan didn't say yesterday, not only do you have lines and electrical fields, those companies have the right to maintain those lines, and they don't usually send out arborers, they spray.
Mm-hmm.
They spray awful herbicidal poisons on and around your farmland, and wherever that blows, it blows, and if you're downwind, you're hosed.
Yeah, and so one, what's it do to your crop? And two, what's it do if you have cattle and they're grazing in the fields? Now they're eating this poison then too, I'll add.
Well, and a lot of people, you might notice this around here, they have this habit of breathing air.
I've heard about that.
You thought about that.
Yeah.
Great. Well, great minds think alike.
Yeah. Well, no, I've heard of people breathing.
They do. They breathe air, and when there are toxins in the air that are made to stay on vegetation, then that poison stays there for a good long time, and it's not a good thing, Russ. It's not a good thing. So it definitely decreases the value of your property, and that's something Susan and her friends ought to be apprised of. The other thing is this.
She did bring that up yesterday.
Did she?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed it then. But that's the absolute truth. We had a farm, and they used to spray every year. Luckily, it was in an area where, I didn't frequent. But here's the kicker. These things are rushed down the public's throat, and Susan and her group are trying to get it together quickly. They need to communicate with people in other areas of Pennsylvania and Maryland who have been through this mess before. It's easy to get on the phone, call out there. I understand they speak English in a lot of places in the eastern part of the state. Still, it's changing, but still a lot of people speak English. And you can talk to them, and they can tell you how they tried to fight it, where they messed up, et cetera, et cetera. These things are terrible because it doesn't bring long-term benefits to Pennsylvania. It just kind of makes us a backwater for Virginia's progress, if it comes. And this is the thing that really concerns me. The newspapers, what are left of them, are talking about the AI bubble. Okay? When newspapers and media start talking about bubbles, it's not a question of is there a bubble or will it pop. It's going to pop. There's just not enough demand for all this expansion. And when that comes crashing down, well, the lines are going to stay there. The surcharge on your electric's going to stay there. But the company might not be doing anything. They'll just find another way to sell that electricity.
Yeah.
So it it's not a sustainable thing. This bubble, this boom that's going on right now, and Pennsylvanians got to get hit.
Yeah.
And I thank you for having Susan on.
You know, just an anecdote based on the, property values. This is an anecdote Susan shared yesterday, that a friend of her, real estate agent friend of hers, called her and asked, where are these lines going, Dags? Do you exactly know? And no, she doesn't. Just you have a broad area of where they might be going. The reason this real estate agent was calling is because I have a client that wants to sell that's in this area, and I might have to drop them because if this goes through, it's not going to sell. Their property's not going to sell, so she doesn't want to waste her time trying to market this property and sell it when she knows it's not going to sell because of the transmission lines.
This is another indication of just how dirty it is on the part of the company, that they will sell with several contingent routes.
Yeah.
Sell the idea to the courts and the powers that be politically. They'll sign off on it, and you don't know where it's going to go.
No.
So the consumer again has bought a pig in the poke.
Well, and again, that's what Susan mentioned yesterday. The people on the primary route, they are notified, but those on the alternate routes, they're not.
Well,
even when that alternate route has ultimately been chosen to be the place, they're still not notified. Here's an idea. We have in this country, I don't know how many millions of miles of interstate highways, which in most cases are divided highways. There's a large expanse of ground between the northbound and southbound and eastbound and westbounds. Why don't we put these power lines over those medians?
Russ, I've been calling your show for I don't know how many years saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You drive through Ohio and you will see bunkers. I drove down, I believe it was 31. And you will see bunkers in the middle of the highway. They're not these big eyesores. They don't require arborers. They don't require spray.
Mm-hmm.
The trunk lines run down the middle of the highway where they're protected inside bunkers. They don't come down when you have snowstorms.
Yeah.
And the companies who want this power should be made to pay for that.
There you go.
Not the consumer. Okay. It's just an upgrade of the grid. They do this all over Europe.
Yep.
At one time, we did not have the technology to insulate lines with that much power going through them, but we do now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's every good reason to do that because, as you say, the highways are accessible. They're, already public property. Maintenance is virtually nil. And this would be the upgrade that the grid ultimately needs because we're going to be in the future more dependent upon electricity.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Franklin, thank you for your call, sir. I've got another caller and a break to get to here. But I thank you for your call today.
Good afternoon, Russ.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, Mr. Rhodes, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Wonderful. Hey, if you want to understand how ratepayers in Pennsylvania are going to help pay for this power line, get a hold of your recent electric bill. And on the right-hand side of the bill, there's charges from West Penn. There's two line items. One is a customer distribution charge, which is the cost for your meter and meter reading, et cetera.
Right.
And the second is a customer distribution charge. Now, if you turn over your bill and read what distribution charge covers, I'll get right to the chase. Other equipment used to deliver electricity to consumers for high voltage transmission lines.
Okay.
Spelled out right there, partner.
Alrighty.
So when this thing is built, we will pay.
We will pay. And that's what they're saying, like upwards of 50% of this project.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, John, thank you. I appreciate the information on that.
Hey, have a good day, man.
You
Take
too.
care.
You too. Bye-bye. Hey, we got to take a quick little break here. When we come back, both lines are now open, so give me a buzz, 724-438-4593.
993.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
April savings are in full bloom at Economy Furnace Company, bringing unbeatable deals on comfort and efficiency. For a limited time, enjoy $500 off a new air conditioning installation or save $1,000 on a complete heating and cooling system upgrade. Keep existing equipment running strong with a discounted $99 tune-up designed to boost performance and extend system life before the summer heat arrives. Economy Furnace Company proudly partners with Amana, a trusted name in American-made HVAC systems known for reliability, innovation, and long-lasting quality. Whether upgrading or maintaining current equipment, these April offers make it more affordable to stay comfortable all year long. Backed by expert installation, trusted service, and exceptional value, Economy Furnace Company is committed to keeping homes cool, efficient, and worry-free. Don't miss these limited-time savings. Call Economy Furnace Company at 724-438-4575. Comfort and quality have never been a better deal.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Uniontown Liquidation Outlet wants to thank you for borrowing our special pay at 2025. Come shop with us for the lowest prices around. We have toys, home goods, tools, electronics, and much more. We offer layaway, so stop in today and ask us how it works. We are located inside the Uniontown Mall.
The Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Hope to see you soon.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. Give me a buzz. Hey, we got Pirate Baseball tonight as they host the Washington Nationals. Pregame 6:15 and the first pitch 6:40. So there's your schedule for tonight. Join the Pirates as they try to take Game 3 and the series against the Nationals. All right. So a lot of the conversation today has been about the proposed transmission lines, the Morrill line, the Mid-Atlantic Resiliency line, carrying power that will eventually be generated in Greene County and shipping it across Fayette County into Maryland and New Jersey and Virginia mostly. but we're expected to pay for it. We'll reap no benefits. We'll have no benefits of it. Yes, there will be construction jobs. Excuse me. And I don't know if those construction jobs will benefit construction companies in Fayette County. I don't know if the construction jobs will come from outside of the county. And if they do come from outside of the county, okay, that helps some of our businesses. They'll have to go to restaurants, stay in motels, whatever. So there will be that, benefit. Short term, but still benefit. And once they're constructed, well, only maintenance needs to be done at that point in time. And what's that maintenance look like? Well, they got to keep the brush, the woods, the forest underneath the lines clear. So I don't think they use lawnmowers to cut the grass. Like Franklin said, they come in with herbicides to kill it off. So sending poison into our grounds that could affect crops, could affect cattle of our farmers. I'm not seeing a whole lot of benefit for Fayette County. Yes, construction workers, but they're temporary. I would much prefer we have construction workers come in to build the power plant. Then once the construction worker's gone, well, they get replaced by workers, employees of that power plant to keep it running. I'd much prefer that. That would be a benefit to Fayette County. Right now, I don't see the transmission lines as much of a benefit. I see it as an eyesore. One of our largest industries in Fayette County, and this goes back and forth between agriculture and tourism. So tourism, we get people coming into this county from all over the United States and from around the world. These transmission lines, one of the proposed paths pretty much takes it over the Laurel Caverns, which was just named a state park, by the way. So more of a reason to bring tourism into the county. But how are they going to do that? Hey, come see Laurel Caverns, and why at the same time take in the breathtaking views that these electric towers have to offer. Is that it? The photographic ability, the photographic opportunities that they'll be able to take of these towers. I don't think that I don't think that advertising campaign would go over too well. Do you? Do you? So if you're against this, now you don't have to live on the pathway. You don't have to live on or near the proposed route or routes to comment and make your thoughts known to the PUC. They are having a meeting, I believe, if I remember correctly, she said the 22nd of April at the Haydentown Fire Department, I believe, where they will have forms that you basically just need to sign your name to it. There's a little other stuff you need to, make a comment. But there are comments that AI will help you come up with as to why you oppose. So again, if you're against this notion and you want to help, here's an opportunity. Won't cost you anything, except for maybe a little gas to drive to this. So that starts at 5 o'clock. Yeah. So, okay. What else you want to chat about? Huh? What else you want to chat about? So I'd asked earlier, with this being tax day, the Treasury Secretary and the administration, the Trump administration, has been touting the benefits of the One Big Beautiful Bill and the changes to the tax code that the administration says will benefit all Americans. And they went and they listed some stats. The average refund is up 11% from last year, $3,400. There was I think it was an Uber Eats driver that made a delivery to the White House. Now, this was all staged, I know, but delivered the president's favorite meal of McDonald's to the Oval Office there. But the woman that did this, she said she saved $11,000. She, in taxes, she taxes or from tips, $11,000 that she saved because she didn't have to declare her tips. She didn't have to declare them on her taxes, and so she says her husband is battling cancer, so that extra money came in is coming in very, very handy. So there are these feel-good stories going out about the new tax code and how it's affecting Americans to the good. How about you? Have you gotten your tax refund back? Was it bigger than last year? If you pay taxes like I do, are you paying less? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So how about you on that? So we'll add this to the conversation as well. So 724-438-4593. That is the number you need to dial to join the conversation, and both lines are open. So no waiting. Give me that call. Just to kind of change gears here a little bit. Former, get to say that now, California, or representative for the state of California, Eric Swalwell, has resigned from Congress. A Republican, I believe his name is Gonzalez from Texas, is supposed to resign as well. I don't know if that has happened already, also for sexual misdeeds. There are two other representatives that are looking at expulsion. One Republican, one Democrat. So the mixture of the House is not going to change. The minority status will stay the same, even that way. But one of Eric Swalwell's accusers told her story yesterday. And several did. But one in particular where she said she was raped, that she had one drink, and before she knew it, she was not able to control her body, to be able to walk, to use her arms. And next thing you know, she's in his hotel room. And he's raping her. This is her account. He is being investigated now by the Manhattan District Attorney in New York and the Los Angeles District Attorney as well. So this story with Eric Swalwell is not over. It is not over. I don't know whether we're going to hear more about Representative Gonzalez from Texas. And again, I think I have the name correct. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's it. His was, he allegedly had some kind of affair, some kind of relationship with a staffer. It ended badly. And she ended up committing suicide over the entire thing. So I don't know if there will be any more to that story. I think both men are pigs, are slime. I will put Eric Swalwell on a little higher plane of being a sleazeball for the simple fact of his accuser saying she thinks he drugged her. That raises sleazeball in my book to a whole new level. And if the investigations that are taking place lead to arrest, lead to trials, lead to verdicts of guilty, then I hope he's put away for a long time. I hope, and if it gets to that point, since you've got district attorneys on opposite coasts, technically he could be tried twice in each because of different crimes. I hope they don't make some kind of arrangement that facing justice for one will take care of both. And I do find it interesting that everybody is kind of backing away, saying, no, they didn't know anything about this, didn't realize, didn't have a clue. So, maybe talking the truth, who knows? So, okay, hey, got to take a little break. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. When we come back from the break, you and I have some more conversation, and together we can close out hour 2 of What's on Your Mind.
The heat is on at Live Casino. Think you can take it? Then catch the $18,888 Baccarat Fire Drawings. Play Baccarat daily to earn entries. Every Monday in April, we'll draw 18 winners to score a share of $18,888 in prizes. But that's not all. Every winner will be entered into our exclusive Lucky Fire cash drawing on Monday, April 27th. Take a seat. Feel the heat at Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The weather's warming up, and those big outdoor projects are calling. So, who are you going to call? Well, no. How about you call 3P Excavating and Plumbing of Smithfield? From French drains and septic systems to site prep for homes and buildings, plus driveway and utility line clearing, 3P's does it all. Get your property ready the right way. Call 3P Excavating and Plumbing today at 724-880-5215 or find them on Facebook. It's spring, and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George, Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Why move?
Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Hopefully, your spring cleaning has started, and maybe you've put a fresh coat of paint on the walls or new carpeting on the floors in your living room or family room. Now, take a look at the upholstery pieces in the room. Are they showing signs of wear, or do they simply need replaced from years of use? If they do, you are in luck, as Chesler's Fine Furniture is having a store-wide upholstery sale. Choose from stationary or reclining pieces from Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. Select from more than 100 suits in stock, or you can special order the style and fabric of your choice. The possibilities are endless with more than 1,000 fabrics to pick from. Pieces start at just $4.99 for a sofa, and all stock suits at Chesler's are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We have, about 9 minutes still left in today's show. No, you know what? Clock froze. 5 minutes left in today's show. 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, Russ. It's Paul. Hey,
Paul.
I was just at the radio station. I won tickets this morning when I was working.
Okay.
So I stopped and picked them up.
Congratulations.
And, you never know.
Yep.
You never know about tickets.
That's
I drive Cornelsville bus. I drive the Cornelsville, and I have a girl down there that bought a $5 ticket up at the Cornelsville Walmart about 3 months ago or so, and she won $10,000 on
Nice.
$5 tickets. Yeah, so maybe I'll get something out of these $5 tickets, but I'm going to let my wife scratch them off.
You'll have to let us know.
I will. If I win something like that, you'll get some kind of basket or something.
Okay.
I'll let my wife rub them off. Though,
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Let her have the fun. Hey, thanks, Russ.
Yeah. Paul. Good luck to you on that. Bye bye.
All right, buddy.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Maybe she's got the green thumb, and I don't mean as far as growing thing. I'm thinking green thumb as far as getting the money. So I hope that works out for them. So. Hey, both lines are open, 724-438-4593. We've got a little bit of time left here. What do you want to chat about here? It is a gorgeous day. Not quite sure. You know what? Let me take a look here on my phone, find out what the forecast might be here coming up, huh? Let's see here. Well, it looks like we've got a little rain in the forecast tomorrow. Oh, darn. Right now, it looks like we've got rain in the forecast for the weekend as well. That's not looking good, but it's time. There's time for things to change. So, because Monday and Tuesday is supposed to be, well, maybe a little on the cooler side, but at least no rain or very, very slight change. So maybe things will move up a little bit on us as far as that's concerned. So, yeah, but if that's the case, make sure you get out there today because it is absolutely fantastic out there today. So get on outside, especially with rain in the forecast for tomorrow right now. Okay. We are quickly running out of time. Just want to remind everybody we have Pirate Baseball tonight. 6:40 is when the first pitch goes out. Hopefully the Pirates will rebound from last night's loss, come out with another win, and taking the series against the Washington Nationals. So that's my hope on that. All right. I think, are they off tomorrow? I think they're off tomorrow. No, actually, I find out as I look here, it's not a 3-game series with the Nationals. It's a 4-game series. So I did not realize. So they play tomorrow again with the Washington Nationals. So that's an afternoon game tomorrow. So it's a 4-game series. So let's at least get a win here so we're guaranteed a split. How's that sound for Pirate baseball tonight? 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz. I know we don't have a whole heck of a lot of time left, but I'd still like to hear from you. Wondering, have you benefited or will you be benefiting if you're only putting your taxes in today from the One Big Beautiful Bill and the changes in the tax code? Just kind of curious about that. And your feelings about the Marl transmission lines, the Mid-Atlantic Resiliency Line as its official name is. Pro, con, what's your feelings on that? And we can continue that discussion next week as well. We do have a quick call here, though. We'll squeeze them in. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, I heard you talking about the electric lines.
Yes, just a real
I'm a
quick
mountain
comment.
girl from way back. I lived up in the mountains. Okay, they put the new electric lines up there. Most of the people in the mountains were farmers and ate off the ground, the earth, and good, healthy people. After they put all the electric lines up through Cool Spring, up over Jamonsville.
Real quick, 5 seconds.
Heading on. It caused so many people to have all kinds of MSs, brain tumors.
I got to run. Thank you for your call. This is What's on Your Mind, WMBS Uniontown. We join CBS News in progress.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Just in the Senate again, Republicans again reject an effort to stop the war with Iran. This as President Trump again voices optimism about a potential deal with Iran. But CBS's Cammie McCormick reports the U.S. military is keeping up the pressure in the meantime.
The U.S. Central Command says it's achieved maritime superiority as the blockade of Iranian ports continues. It released this audio of a Navy vessel warning ships.
Do not attempt to breach the blockade. Vessels will be boarded for interdiction and seizure transiting to or from an Iranian port. Turn around and prepare to be boarded.
The military says no vessels have made it past U.S. naval forces during the first 48 hours of the blockade.
House Democrats file articles of impeachment against Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The resolution is led by Democratic Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari of Arizona. CBS historian Small reports.
In these articles of impeachment, there are about 6 articles here. It's for unauthorized war use against Iran and reckless endangerment of United States service members, violations of the law of armed conflict and targeting civilians, negligence and reckless handling of sensitive military information, obstruction of Congress and oversight, abuse of power, politicization of the armed forces.
In Wisconsin, just north of Green Bay, this woman rode out some rough weather and now says,
My brother called.